Welcome to BCS Media in Brown County Junior High School. I'm Alyssa.
And I'm Aiden. Our guest is Principal Mr. Brian Garman. Mr. Garman, welcome to our program.
Thank you.
We have great news. We are one of the 32 schools approved for Digital Learning Grant from Indiana Department of Education. Mr. Garman, tell us a little bit about this grant.
Well, the grant is, it is a digital learning grant, so it's all about really technology-based. We wrote the grant to support our new STEM initiative. There were 64 school corporations that applied for the grant, and we had to go up a couple Fridays ago, and we had to do a little pitch. They chose 32 of the 64 schools to kind of be finalists for the grant. So a team of us went up there, and there was a committee that met with us, and we had to do a PowerPoint and had to kind of pitch what our plans were for the grant and what our vision was. And we were lucky enough to be chosen as one of the 32 schools. So,
that's good.
I think it's going to be a great opportunity for our school, and we're really excited about it.
So, can all schools apply for digital learning grants, and what is the application process?
Yeah, it's open to all school corporations. When we decided that we wanted to do this STEM initiative, Mrs. Harmon, our Director of Student Learning, really pinpointed the junior high school as sort of the target for this grant. It's a $75,000 grant. And so I think our school board and our central office is excited about the direction we're going with our STEM initiative and our interdisciplinary education. And they thought this was a great match. This grant would really help further this for us. So, it's open to any school corporation. As I said, there were 64 that applied, 32 got it, and we were fortunate enough to be one of those 32.
How will we use the grant?
Well, the grant's going to be used directly to support this new initiative that we have. So it's going to be used to purchase technology. It will be used to help really get us one-to-one with our students. You know, we don't know how quickly that'll happen, but it's definitely going to be allocated for that, meaning that our students will all have their own digital device that it'll be assigned to you versus what we have now, which you go into the classrooms and you have Chromebook carts. You would have your own device. Similar to exactly what the high school has done. The other thing we'll be used for is to provide professional development for teachers in STEM education and also to purchase something called Defined STEM, which is a curriculum that really helps teachers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, so to speak. There's lots of units of study that are already created. They're there for teachers to use and build upon, and they're great models for STEM and interdisciplinary education and really focusing on the critical thinking, problem solving, and authentic learning.
So, what impact will this have on our students and staff?
Well, to me, it's going to be, has the chance to be really transformative here. I think and I believe it will be. I think we want our students to learn to be critical thinkers and problem solvers, and that's really what education is all about. We present you with information and we present you with problems, and you learn to solve those problems on your own and come up with your own ideas. And that's really what is powerful as an adult, is to be able to do that. No matter what your job is someday, you'll need to be able to solve problems. You'll need to be able to solve problems in your personal life.
Yeah.
Whether they're financial problems or personal, whatever. And so we want you to learn to be critical thinkers and problem solvers. And the authentic learning piece of that is, where you really tackle the problem and what you produce is your own. It's very authentic, and it solves some kind of problem that you've been presented with. It's going to be a little bit interesting because we're not accustomed to having the devices one-to-one. So there'll be some growing pains there, I think, as we figure out how to manage all of that with our junior high students. But I think it's going to have a really big impact on us, not just from a curriculum standpoint and how an instructional standpoint for students, but the technology piece is also going to allow us to do some really neat things, I think, in the classrooms that we maybe can't do right now because we don't have them in all the classrooms.
When will we receive the grant, and how will it be implemented?
Well, the grant, as far as the actual dollars when they arrive at the school corporation, I'm not really exactly 100% sure when the IDOE, which is the Indiana Department of Education, will get us that money. I'm sure it'll be soon. But our plan is to start as soon as school's out with the implementation of our new STEM initiative. So we'll be having professional development opportunities for teachers, and we'll have purchase defined STEM, which is the curriculum I mentioned. And so we'll become familiar with that, have opportunities to get together as a staff and really start to kind of flesh out what we want to be doing when we get back in August. So it'll start real soon.
So, Mr. Garman, how do you feel about all the students having Chromebooks in our school?
Well, I think that, that there's always some anxiousness about that, some apprehension about that as you kind of move toward that model. I'm excited about it, but there'll be some bugs to work out and some issues that arise. I think one of the big things is that students are going to have to show a lot of personal responsibility because you're now going to be responsible for a fairly expensive device that you're going to, maybe take home with you. You're going to be responsible for getting it charged, having it ready for school each day, not forgetting it at home, because a lot of what you do is going to depend on that here at school. When you really go to a STEM model, it means that technology is being used in all of your classrooms. So it means even in PE and music, in all the things that you do, we will want to see technology being used there.
Mr. Garman, thank you and the committee members for working on this grant.
Thank you for having me today. I appreciate the opportunity to share what we've been working on.
We are really excited about this grant opportunity.
Thank you for watching. I'm Alyssa.
And I'm Aiden. We hope to see you on our next program. Have a great day.